Okay, we're back with more Sea of Stars. I should finish it today, and then we're going to see about continuing into the post-game to try to get the true ending, but I'm going to go straight for the bad ending right now, which I think I should have access to. Plan is I'm going to go ahead and beat it, talk about my thoughts during the credits, split the VOD, and we'll make a new episode for the post-game stuff, which just involves... I guess we have to do the arena and clean up some rainbow shells. I think West will get me out of here. I need to go up this way. Hi, Bucky. How you doing? Pretty cool looking castle. Freaky. Shortcut later, I assume. Yeah, cool. The regular battle theme and the boss battle theme have really grown on me. Okay, that's good. Flesh shield, boo. Shielded. Okay. It's not what that's for, I guess. Let's see if I activate something on the other side if it does something. I can go across here? Maybe I can. That's unexpected. Probably goes in that top corner up there, but let's see what this does. Gotcha. Always screw that one up. Happily take all those HP upgrades. Oh, okay. Didn't realize it needed to be held down. Got it. These need to be held down too. No. I like this dungeon theme. Cool. I don't need to be up here anymore. Can I actually get that up there? I'm not sure that I can. I see. No shit. Do that. Way too far over. There we go. It's pretty cool looking. Go top off real quick. Do I want to craft anything? Can't craft the important stuff, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Might end up wanting to do more of that, we'll see. I think I equipped all the good stuff, okay. Hey, Serp, how you doing? That works. Oh. Data strip. Key item, I assume? Yeah. Enough strips of cipher could be created. We gotta get the yellow one first. That gets us another eyeball. Okay. This one has to go to that pink one, and then go to the other pink one, I see. Okay, this goes all the way back. I like the pseudo 3D on these balls. It's similar tech used to fight the Hydra bosses in Court Keeper. It still fits with the 2D aesthetic of the rest of the game. Okay. This guy's got a third arm. LeJugg. Hate when they're that close. Ouch. Pretty cool. Great animation too. Okay. Oof. Whipping that every time. Okay, no moon in there. Guessing it's another arcane. All right, let's see. Maybe get rid of the locks here. Well, let's disorient. This is all sun, I think. Yeah, phase will be next. Swap in a tanky character just in case this is big AoE damage that I can't get past otherwise. Did not time that right. Nice. Got it that time. Huh. I think I can do that, actually. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Try to unequip those for the final boss. Nothing beats rock. Okay, this area is a little twisty. Right on. Worse than the Etherwood. Yakitori shrimp. Party recovers 15 MP. Know that I can justify that. I can also do something that heals too. That's a silly little guy in the corner there. You get 2 flesh shields here, which is very annoying. That works. Alright, I'm guessing all the upgrades here have to be worse than the ultimate weapons I got, right? Yeah. I did have to work for that. So I'd have 2 live mana and do a combo. Dreadful and cold. That's funny. Those creepy walking pattern. Gross. Do you like fishing? I'm gonna use bait, why bother? Doesn't fight. Fish? Nice skull indeed. Soul Curator. Have to back up out of here. I think I've missed optional chests in a couple rooms back here. Nothing beats rock. A little late, okay. I have your scent. Not gonna compete. No. I remember if the Black Omen had a bunch of like penultimate upgrades in it. Maybe it did and I forgot. If I missed anything obvious back this way. Already got that southwest chest. I don't think there's actually a branching path in this room. It looked like there was when I came here the first time. I think it's just because you revisit the room from the other direction. Okay, so I didn't need to backtrack there. Don't think I can get down there anyway. Little island's just there for symmetry. Come on. Jump. There you go. Pretty creepy. Impressed they made those crack lines look so good, given that they're mostly just like a straight line drawn in paint. Gonna fight me on my way out. Can initiate combat. Weird order. Really don't have the timing on that at all. Or that. Nice. You about to resummon, buddy? Okay. These minions are worthless. I do think on average, you're very close to a campfire. So I wonder if they should have rejiggered most of the math to like just restore you to full after every battle. It's always a challenge with a game like this. Guys have a foot for a head. Close enough for this sunball to hit all of them. Okay. Ah, I was a little early. They're all foot and tail. I guess they got hands. Okay. See what I was doing there. Walk back and rest again. Love to swim in blood. Yep. Of course, there's one there. It's cool looking. It's mean. Even meaner than I thought. Ooh, Mega Elixir. Save that. Someone's got to make a JRPG where the final boss is literally just a magic pot and it just checks to see if you have 99 elixirs on you or not, and if you don't, you just lose. Game over. And there's exactly 99 elixirs in the game. Steal your consumables. Phase Reaper. That seemed counterproductive. Sorry. Okay. Oh wow. Neither sun nor moon. Benedict. Cat just jumped near the HDMI splitter. If we lose video, that's why. That was pretty productive. Poison, poison, sword, sword, hammer, hammer, I think is what it actually is. Yeah. Flourishing death. I love when death flourishes. Ow. That again, I don't know that I have. This is poison, poison. I want to try to swap out puppet here. So I was worried about happening. I think I've used up all my shitty ones. Parfait. It's up one more turn. Really don't have much in the way of healing one ally. I guess I can just sit on that. Nice. Not dead, that's good. Probably not gonna be able to get it here. Poison and sun, I don't think that's possible. I always get the timing wrong on that. Ads again? Oh, not quite. Top Eld indicator there. Oh boy, okay. Don't have enough poison here. Could if I did something that restores a little bit of MP. Probably overkill right now. I have so many of those. To the berry jam, I guess. I have to Venom Flurry? No, I don't have enough turns to interrupt him. It's weird. It sounds like that's still counted against my turn limit there. Whatever, it's fine. See if this kills the ads, that would be really convenient. Not enough for the ads. This could be bad. Ouch. Okay. I don't have the free pickup here. Single target only. Can't hit with 3 poison without giving MP back to Sarai. Not guaranteed to get the AoE damage there. Nice. Fantastic. Impossible. It's funny to teleport like a foot. That's great. Biotics and cybernetics. Okay. Bomb powerful enough to obliterate the planet. Knock on wood. Hey, what's up? I remember this guy. Hello, Ben. You soft and furry? You had your lunch already. Why are you being bad? You so little? Well, that was easy. Thanks, bird guy. Glad we rescued you. They had to have the extra dialogue to be like, no one could destroy this. Godspeed. I put you down. Are you going to be good, Ben? He's like, no. I'm going to be honest with you, no. Alright, go ahead. You can go down. So I can't go back this day? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, so be it. And I'm gonna have MP for Petrichor. Oh, hey, thanks, that's cool. Recipe lasagna and braise. Wish I could see what it actually makes. Okay, well, I don't need any of this shit. So you get a decent amount of money from selling old weapons. Guess I gotta just check that. It's an elixir. Okay. Everyone's very friendly here. Lasagna, 180 HP to the party is pretty good. I might actually warp out of here really quick to craft some food. Buy some ingredients now that I have all this money. Should just take a second. bunch of free food here. Buy a bunch of milk. Okay. Don't think I can get free milk anywhere. Okay. Enough money I could pay to spa somebody else here. Crazy endgame GP sync. Okay. Probably can try to squeeze out one more level 2 since I'm really close to one. Real quick, I'm going to try to force all the farm stuff to respawn. I think we have to leave and go somewhere else and then come back and then it respawns. Might have been 2 zones, actually. Hey, okay. Probably just leave and go to the fishing pond and then leave and then go back to the fishing pond and then come back. It's probably a quicker way than actually fishing for fish. Perfect. What you doing, Ben? You got the zoomies? You'll have a convenient warp out of the final dungeon. Let me cook right here. Okay, so maybe one of those is worth making. It's pretty expensive though. Probably want to make 3 of these. MP recovery is pretty great. It uses up meat, which is required for lasagna. It's still decent, I guess. I have to leave and go buy more meat. I can probably just do it with what I have equipped here. And I can always get more for the post game. It's enough that I can use any of those items without having to think about it too much when it comes time to use an item for free. Alright, jackass. Long hallway. Ben is being a bad kitty right now. Actually, probably could have played the long hallways along here. Try to only play it when it's obvious that it'll finish before I get to the end. I think Dark Souls 2 has one that's like obviously long enough. Pretty cool looking. Very much like the Queen Zeal fight in the Black Omen. Elysan'darelle. The apostrophe and the umlaut. Graphics. Cool, okay. Telekinesis crash. Ouch. Okay, I can do that actually. Late though. As soon as she resists sun. This part of the battle theme is very familiar. What does that remind me of? It's another JRPG battle theme that has the same part in it. It's a good battle theme though, I like it. Oh, that's pretty doable. Love to see that. Just got goat hooves now. Oh, it's the final smithy fight in Mario RPG. That's where it sounds familiar. Let's see, I don't know if she ever gets ads, but I don't want to waste procs for this. I guess I could wait out 2 turns just in case she has locks. I'll just do it. Locked it. Gotta do MP recovery for her. Yeah, I was a little late, but it's okay. That whole section is right out of the smithy theme in Mario RPG. Okay. 2 swords and a poison. I actually don't know that I can do that. Don't think this hits twice with either. Try it, I guess. I don't have the timing for this. Nope. Moon sword, arcane. Poison. Do that. Okay. Nice. No. The other guy, Belgrades, is a boss in the messenger, I guess. Whoa. That's cool. It's a lot of eyes. Okay, arms aren't a separate target. Can't take Elysan'darelle seriously. We got the MP recovery now, even though it uses a turn. Okay. You do double arcane. I don't know what I have that can do double arcane. Multiple arcane targets or hits something like that, and delays its turn. Okay, let's do that then. I think I've seen this before. Oh no, I do remember this one now. Oh, that's good enough. Disorient again. As many lock reveals as possible. It's annoying it revealed and broke the same thing. Hey, only I may do that. Ouch. I think we do this again, actually. It's more like it. Now I get a free one. Which requires 2 to get multiple hits. Probably can't do that then. I just gotta deal with some bullshit. Oh, that seems bad. Blunt and Arcane. Which unfortunately is Arcane Barrage. All Arcane. Okay. Definitely don't have the timing down for that. That might be enough. Oh, it's single target though? Oh, geez. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say. Altered Beast. It is pronounced Beast. It's funny. It's cool looking. Okay. do another one. Sure, it's healing someone who needs the healing, I guess. Actually, anytime I go to do that for free, I may as well disorient first. It costs me nothing. Get the MP back. Okay, I think I got the timing down for that now, which is nice. That is one tick. Ooh, brutal. I can't swap here. Third one could be poison. I guess I have no way of knowing, really. No, okay. Well, that works out. Triple hit combo. Probably do Soonring here. $420 damage. Ah, crap. Ow. Okay, I think I can do that combo. Very good. Actually gonna lunar shield here. Timed attack I never seem to get. Got it that time, I think. I don't have combo this time. Do the delay. It's not enough. I guess that's technically poison. Oh, it gave me combo. Okay, fantastic. Good deal. That would require combo, I think. I don't think anyone has... Oh, no. I don't know if that can trigger twice, though. You can get multiple procs for each bounce, but it doesn't give you an extra punch there. That was less damage than Soonering. That's kind of funny. Okay, don't have the combo for that again. Maybe we'll do my disorient here. And then use the item. Like you really want to interrupt that. That sucks. It's not enough. Oh, right, that's not sun. Shit. Because it could have been if I had picked up some of the live mana. He's the only one who can do sun, so now we're hose? I guess maybe I can do it again, which is kind of a waste. Oh, but she did moon plus club, I see. Okay. Lame. Big waste of combo points, among other things. I could really use those combo points now to stop this. No, well that works too. Suck it, Elysan'darelle. Damn. Back for real now. Does this mean that Aphral is a puppet because he doesn't have little eyes? Can you feel it? That shit. A World Eater. Can I have my puppet back? That doesn't seem like a good thing, Sarai. The World Eaters are Lavos, basically. And so our watch begins. And they really make that bad ending as unsatisfying as possible, huh? that's required to get the true ending. I'd be pretty frustrated. Whoa. Pretty cool looking. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. It's cute. Super beam. Thing looks great too. I got hit once, lame. That was cool. Yeah, so my plan is I'll leave my thoughts here, and we'll still go ahead and go for the true ending after this, and I'll see if I have more thoughts after that. I like this game overall. I think it's pretty good. It's worth the price of admission. I'm glad I kickstarted it. I think a lot of the problems with this game reflect more on the genre than they do on the game. Because if you're just going to make kind of a straightforward, you know, Chrono Trigger like, I don't think there's a lot of material to mine there. I think the art was gorgeous. That's definitely the high point of the game by far. So I think it's worth playing just for, there's tons and tons and tons and tons of gorgeous pixel art, some of the best I've ever seen. It's very colorful, very pretty. The soundtrack is mostly good. The Midst of the Town soundtrack definitely stands out, and the battle soundtrack, the battle songs are pretty good. Rest of the soundtrack is just fine, I think, unless if it's playing music from The Messenger, which was much more of full of bangers. I think it's hard to argue a JRPG without having the soundtrack just be nonstop bangers. And like I said a couple times during the playthrough, I feel like there's a shitload of composers who would like kill to just give you 50 bangers for your JRPG, right? I think the combat was fine. It did feel like Moonerang was pretty powerful. Maybe even though the timed attacks didn't make a huge difference between timing it, you know, 1 time versus 23 times. It still felt like it was good to use since it was always requiring player input. I think there's definitely some problems with iteration with the patch that I'm playing. I think that them hiding the locks kind of makes sense, but it's frustrating for boss fights because frequently you don't know what the lock pattern is until the boss is almost over. And I think the locks are already complex enough that you kind of are dependent on luck to have the right number of combo points at the moment you see the lock to do anything about it. So I think them adding the hidden locks isn't super interesting. I guess it makes some of those attacks more interesting. Because before hidden locks, I don't understand what Ebb, the Rashan attack, even did at the time, right? I do think the back half of the game was much more interesting than the front half. I do think the story is... There's an interesting like skeleton there, but it's not super well fleshed out. I don't think everything is really set up in a way that everything follows naturally and you can kind of see things coming and just everything kind of comes out of nowhere all the time. Which maybe the Messenger was like that too, but it was less noticeable because it's like a Ninja Gaiden-like game, so it's less dependent on the storytelling. think probably one of the bigger flaws is splitting the protagonist into two characters and having them both be boring. I think if they were both silent, that would be okay, but it's two is a lot to have a faceless character. Garl was definitely the most interesting character in the game. The scene where he dies was the best part of the game by a long shot. I'm glad that they just did it. They didn't like fake it out or let you cheat your way out of it. I did think they were trying to make him happen a little bit too hard, probably because they knew they were going to do the death scene and they wanted that to be meaningful, right? I like that scene was sort of an anti-Chrono scene. It's the opposite of what happens with Chrono in Chrono Trigger. There's a lot of cute little homages to Chrono Trigger that felt reasonable, that, you know, like the final chapter name and a couple little jokes here and there. I'm wondering if making it more like Chrono Trigger would have been better, but I mean, at that point you're just copying, so I guess I'm glad they didn't copy it. Yeah, when the main characters are a third of the cast. Reshan, I still feel the whole thing with the archivist is like really weird and kind of out of place feeling. I'm intrigued by the idea of you recruiting this archivist narrator halfway through the game, but the moment just feels very odd. And it feels like that's all like backstory to another prequel that they're going to make in the future. They're going to do a prequel to this and The Messenger that fleshes them out more. I don't know, I've played a lot of indie games where they do stuff where it's like they're acting like I'm supposed to be in their brain and like know how cool this archivist alchemist guy is and his like rivalry with his friend who turned into the Fleshmancer or whatever, but they like don't show very much of that. I do think the story would be a lot better if the entire opening sequence, which was very kind of slow, was you playing as the two Solstice warriors who end up betraying you. So you could see like bad things happening, so it doesn't take 8 hours for something bad to happen. That was pretty good. I would say 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say like 7 out of 10. Like, it's not like offensively middling or anything. Like, I think it works just fine. I guess the fact that it's, you know, about 26 hours for the bad ending is pretty reasonable, I think, because a lot of people putting out JRPGs are aiming for like 50, 60, 70, 80 hours, and that's basically never worth it. The Chrono Trigger comparisons are kind of superficial, yeah. I think I agree that it's actually more like Mario RPG. But it's interesting to me that, like, you play Undertale, and I know I brought up Undertale a bunch of times in this playthrough, but Undertale feels like a thorough homage and deconstruction of, like, the entire oeuvre of Super Nintendo JRPGs, of which there are like several, and which all feel pretty different from each other. It feels like it's almost like a conclusive tribute to and, you know, deconstruction of those games. And this one is really only picking two, I think. Like I said, Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger, probably more so Mario RPG. I don't know, I guess it feels like it's just another one of those, right? I mean, I don't think that this game obviously couldn't have come out on the Super Nintendo because it's such crazy, gorgeous pixel art, but a game like it with similar systems probably could have. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. I had really high expectations for this game. It's the only game on stream that I've ever kickstarted. Because I was pretty excited. I like this studio, and I like the idea of someone trying to deliberately make something Chrono Trigger-like. I do think there is some stuff in there structurally that's Chrono Trigger-like the whole end game, where the game is basically purely linear. And then the end, there's a bunch of worthwhile, low degeneracy side tasks to do, which end up getting you all the ultimate weapons and the ultimate armor. I think that's a really good way to structure optional content in a game like this. It's kind of annoying that they included the stupid prismatic conchas or whatever for the true ending. I feel like that should just be an extra Easter egg. It's interesting that some devs have different opinions on what should count as, you know, the way I always phrase it, I think that Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild give you a really reasonable reward for doing all shrines, but realize that it's unreasonable to ask you to do all Koroks. And there's an equivalent of shrines, an equivalent of Koroks in basically every video game that's ever been made when you're evaluating the side content, where, like, you know, shrines is ultra high quality, often unique content, and the Koroks is fairly degenerate content, of which there's a lot of it. And to me, I guess the prismatic shells or the rainbow shells or whatever feel like they feel like Koroks to me. There's not that many of them. 60 is not that many, and you can find a lot of them in a normal playthrough, but I do feel kind of annoyed now that I got to go track down, I don't know which 13 or whatever I don't have. And I know that they give you the little parrot to try to find them, but overall, I thought it was pretty good. I don't think I would say mid. It's a like a full letter grade, I think, above mid, but it's not elevating anything, which is unfortunate. That's sort of a reference to Chrono Trigger with the rainbow shell, but having there being a ton of them around the game and have them being annoying to turn in is a really weird choice. This game has a handful of weird choices. Be mid if not for the art. I think the combat's pretty good. I mean, I never game overed, but I feel like I had to work for it. It wasn't just press attack in every combat until the game's over. I guess that artifact or whatever that made it so that I could use an item for free every 3 turns is pretty busted. Probably would have had a much harder time without that. Yeah, good mid. Yeah, mid we have to be careful with. I think it's increasingly meaning slightly below average, when it should just mean fine. I think this game's a little bit better than fine, but I guess the Garl stuff is like close to elevating it. I guess if the story was really mind-blowing, I could, if not even just mind-blowing, but a little bit more competent, I could overlook a lot more of the kind of just okay parts of the story, or the okay parts of the combat and mechanics. The story was like sensical. It wasn't like Final Fantasy 13-3, right, where it's just nonsense. Scroll through backers. Ultra speed. I think I'm in here. I think they asked me to submit my name, but I don't think I'd be in the list of top backers. I only backed it for like $60, whatever the amount was, to get a copy of the game. Super backers. It's a lot of names. Let's make sure I'm not in there. Would I put Marstead or my real name? Find out. This is a lot of fucking people, y'all. Kind of blown away at how many people this is. Hey, there I am. Look at that. Worth it. And the regular backers. This is a ridiculous number of people. Thank you for playing. Old teaks. No one knows for sure. The end? This is the 100% tower. So the two that aren't lit up are the Colosseum and the shells. Okay. All right, so I'm going to split the VOD there, and then we'll continue with the post-game content, which will be a separate episode on YouTube, just in case it takes longer than today. So if you're watching on YouTube, there might be another episode available right away.